Hello everybody, and welcome to a slightly late year in review for 2016. But this year's a bit different. I'm actually visiting Sam, my co-host, down at his location, so we're in the same place. Hello Sam, how's it going?
Hello Stephen, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm white.
Yes, you are. Anyway,
I'm just being every YouTuber.
speaking of Caucasians, we wanted to have on our show, to keep the tradition up, our good friend of the channel, Trans Gamer, but unfortunately there was a tragic walrus accident and she was brutally decapitated. So we had a replacement in the Reload Girl, who was unfortunately killed in a tragic walrus accident. So instead we have this person. What's your name again? I don't even know who you are.
I'm Elder Guy, you bastard!
Yeah, so you're nowhere near as good as, you know, our last guest, but I suppose you'll have to do. How's it going?
I'm fine. I just, wish I could get some recognition for all the hard work I put into this fucking channel.
So this is MayRey. I'll channel link and all that up there. So, as usual, and the purpose of this video is simply to have a look back on the last year in terms of gaming and our channels, as well as look forward to the new year, which we're already almost a month into. So, let's get going. Lily, as guest, do you want to go first? Just talk about, just generally summarise how you feel 2016 had been.
In terms of gaming, it was good. There was a lot of stuff coming out, like really good stuff coming out. I didn't get to play a lot of it, sadly. I was just too depressed by the fact that everyone was dying. But there was a lot of good stuff. A lot of great indie games came out. Things I never, unfortunately, got to play. Stardew Valley looks like a pretty interesting game that I never got to play. But a lot of really good big games as well. Like
I'm sorry, I don't know why Sam is doing strange points and I don't know what the fuck he's doing over there in the corner. Just ignore him. I'm trying to.
I can't even see him and I can't ignore him.
No one can see him, only I can, but he's incredibly distracting. I need a stick that I can just poke my
I'm just trying to be the sign language person from the Nelson Mandela video.
Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, a lot of games that I unfortunately didn't get to play last year, which I'll hopefully be able to get to this year. But some great games from last year. We got Xenoverse 2 I was a fan of, the new Walking Dead, the other stuff that's on my top games list. But no, game-wise...
Just go through the entire top games list.
Yeah, but
yes, there were many games,
good.
such as Battlefield 1 and XCOM 2 and Xenoverse 2 and...
Allow me a minute to look on your channel.
Yeah, I agree. There was... to be honest, it was a better year. As always, I'm kind of finding... You look forward in the January or late December, what's going to be coming out next year. Kind of looks disappointing all the time, but then shit starts getting announced and there's a lot of surprises. And 2016 ended up being a pretty good year, I feel. Still better than 2014. That's still been the low point of history.
Yeah, well, if we're going to pick the lowest point in gaming history, we either go 1983 or 2014.
What, the ET Atari?
Or to 2014, where everything was a HD remastered edition.
The year of remasters. Oh, yes.
The year of re-releases. It was...
That rant's almost a separate video in itself, though, really.
But yeah, like there was a lot of surprises this year, because if I remember correctly, I didn't know about Overwatch until like 2 or 3 months before it came out.
I can't remember when I heard of that.
It wasn't.
I don't know. It could have been late It could have been late 2015, or it could have been a couple months before release or whatever. But I just remember I was in college at the time, whatever. We'll say second year of my college, and I just saw the video showed up on my Facebook feed, and yeah, just no idea what the game was, but that fucking original trailer just got me so hyped for it. I don't know why, and I ended up sharing it with you, and you actually went over quite a lot of your concerns in your recent top 5. You kind of felt it looked a bit Team Fortress 2-y, it looked a bit too many characters or whatever, but fuck it, you love it as well, so...
No, yeah, I mean, my biggest problem was I hated the fact that, there's too many characters, TF2 only needs 9, and you can change out the weapons to make all these pointless classes, and then I realised it's not about having the different classes, it's about having the different characters as well, and they were just... Yeah. That's why I love the game, it's got so much personality in it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of overlap in all the characters, because you have, straight sniper, but then you have... of all things, a healer sniper. I mean, who the fuck put those two together? But Overwatch did, so whatever.
I mean, I guess initially it's problem of. I guess it goes back to the old thing of judging a book by its cover, really, by its character. That's not a word. But no, I just think everyone initially was on the train of it's just TF2, isn't it?
I think it was half and half. There were the people who were genuinely hyped for it, and the people who really, by all accounts, would probably enjoy the game, but were put off by it looks like it's trying to copy TF2 or whatever came before. Speaking of which, what the fuck was that game that you quoted on your Overwatch thing? Some really, really TF2 ripoff.
Oh, that was Final Combat.
Some Chinese thing.
The fuck is that? Final Combat is a Chinese ripoff of TF2. No, it looks really bad.
That is trying too hard to be something. At least Overwatch wasn't quite like that. So yeah, it's fair to say then that Overwatch was definitely a highlight of the year, but might as well kind of cover the main bases. Battlefield 1. When the hell was that announced? It was definitely had to be last year, didn't it?
It was
last year. But yeah, I was on board from that pretty much since day one. Just like I think they just did a good thing by making it so damn different to all the previous ones for a long time.
I think everyone was initially a bit. Sorry to cut you off, but initially everyone was really worried of that as well, because I think a lot of people were like, oh god, here we go, initially before they knew the theme, it was like, oh god, another Battlefield game, which is just, let's make a game with bare bones and then say, oh look, buy the premium edition.
Well, that's kind of their market model, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, they actually made a good game in itself without. You could buy the game happily as it is based without buying the premium edition.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to disagree a little bit there. I wouldn't say any Battlefield game. Battlefront, on the other hand, but that's different. We'll put that aside. There hasn't ever been a Battlefield game that I have bought and has felt incomplete. It's felt like a huge game in itself, and they are huge fucking games. Like, even just physical memory size, Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, they were massive. The individual maps themselves are huge, and there is a good selection. I don't know, 6 to 8, or possibly more, each game before DLC. DLC is all just extra. I've managed to get through 3, 4, and Bad Company 2 without ever purchasing any DLC, because I just didn't really need to. Didn't really feel like spending the money, but I've also still enjoyed the game fine.
Yeah, whereas some other games that begin with battle, I've always felt like, yeah, I might as well get the DLC so I can actually have maps to play on.
Yeah. I probably will get the DLC for Battlefield 1 because I'm enjoying the game enough that I think it's going to be a worthwhile investment. Again, kind of get put off buying DLC for 3 when 4's coming out, or 4 when something else will come out next year, probably. Hardline. And then that's, dies. But no, Battlefield 1, definitely good. You've got it. Still haven't bloody played it with you yet. Just haven't had a chance.
We will, young Skywalker.
We will. And Sam still needs to. So, poke with stick.
Yeah, I know I need to get it. I wanted to get it, but I didn't get it.
I wanted to get it. I got it. Wait, I forgot it existed. Got it a month after Christmas. Oops. Civilization was fantastic. The new Civ game, which we have played.
I've gotten a lot more into that since my top 10 list. It was my number 8 for those who haven't seen it. I've never spoiled it. Whatever. But I played a pretty good game with you. It's been ongoing, and yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it more than I was first time around, which I was first time around anyway. But kind of getting more into it and seeing more of the differences between that and Civ 5.
Yeah,
the different types of war, and was it formal war?
Yeah, there's like formal religious.
Surprise and
surprise,
motherfuckers! Fucking Germany. Yeah, pretty much had a Operation Barbarossa situation. It was just, I'm playing as Russia, Germany's in South America, funnily enough. Germany's in Central America, and you as Scythia or whoever are North America. And Germany's like, oh yes, let's be friends. Until about 10 years later, and then they're like, yeah, by the way, surprise invasion! Didn't go well. Didn't go well for them at all.
Then you pushed them up north.
Their civilization has ceased to exist.
You pushed them up north, where I was waiting for them, and then I took his scepter and stabbed him.
Yeah, you kind of... Well, we were kind of completely on each other's side anyway, but I was basically doing the war while you just remained neutral until they were pretty much ready to collapse, and you just went after their northern cities.
Well, I
kinda
wasn't
opportunistic
ready
in that sense, but...
I had to deal with the bloody barbarians.
The bloody barbarians.
I am fond of pigs. That's the thing I was like trying to get for bloody ages.
Oh, okay.
It's the quote
I get you now.
It's the quote for animal husbandry. I am fond of pigs. Quote David Cameron.
Let's not talk about politics of 2016. So, moving on. So, since we've pretty much talked about our individual preferences from 2016 in our top 10 videos or top 5 video from you, might as well just look towards this year, which once again we're already into. Again, sorry for being late on this. I was at work over Christmas and New Year for 3 weeks, and then longer because weather was terrible and helicopters can't fly in storm. So, that's why we're now.
Your shuttle has arrived, sir.
Your shuttle! You can go first. You kind of been showing us some of the trailers for some games you're looking forward to.
Yes, well, the biggest one, of course, March 3rd, is the launch of the Nintendo Switch, which will bring us a couple of games, biggest, of course, being Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, look, sorry, I just wanted to point out, how many years, this is our 3rd year of doing this, and
Yes.
well, not with you, obviously, you're a completely different person to the last person, but I'm pretty sure last year, and the year before, Transgamer talked about Zelda games.
Yep, they were just...
Like, oh yeah, a new Zelda game will be coming out in 2015. New Zelda game will be coming out in 2016. Yeah, you sure it's coming out next year?
It's been 84 years.
Oh, for fuck! Yeah, you had to bring that one out, didn't you?
Oh, finally! Oh, they were literally
It's
just
been 100 million years.
They've just been
will not
waiting.
be seen for 100 years.
Been waiting just for the Wii U to die so they could just put it on the new baby. Oh, and that will launch with some other like irrelevant nonsense. But like, yeah, Breath of the Wild is definitely going to be something I'm looking forward to after 84 years. There's a bunch of games coming out. We're getting a
Before we talk more about the games, I just wanted to ask, bring about the Switch. I was just watching a video last night on it, and is it true, like, the actual accessories for the Switch are getting a bit of a reputation for being incredibly overpriced? Obviously, it's a very modular kind of console as it is, with all the different parts and different chargers and different controllers and things, and everything's really expensive.
I've heard such things as like the little controllers
$90
going
or
for
something?
70 quid or something like that. And it's
Yeah,
like, fuck's
70
sake,
quid,
it's
$90.
tiny.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with like everything you need for like most games, but if you wanted like a different style controller, you might have to rob some banks, or just cut out the middleman and rob
Threaten
Nintendo
some
themselves.
families, sell some crack.
Sell some of that Nintendo crack.
Oh, I don't need help. I need crack.
Sell some mushrooms.
This is true.
Had to do it.
Yeah, it's a very like the system itself isn't too expensive, but accessory wise, you're looking to spend a fair bit, unfortunately.
Well, it's Nintendo doing a Nintendo again, isn't it? Basically, make a bunch of gimmicky stuff, overprice it, survive another year. That's the Nintendo formula, really.
Nintendo formula is
another year.
we cannot lose money
Hopefully
on
we can
anything.
make it to 100 million years.
They've got enough money to survive the next 26 years of fucking money hemorrhaging anyway, so I guess they can do what they want. But the actual base system itself, which comes with everything you need, is an alright price. So if you can deal without the fancy Pro controller for a bit, you know, you'll be okay.
The fancy Pro controller, also known as a normal sodding controller. Oh, dearie me.
Don't let Reggie hear you.
Sam,
he'll pounce.
can you pass my other chocolate cookie?
Oh.
You see? See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's good to have a co-host in the same studio as you. They can
Studio.
pass you food.
Implied
Yes,
studio.
Also known as a room with decaying green walls, like salad
These
fingers
are
as weed all over 'em.
decaying green walls.
I
Yes.
like rusty spoons. I like to touch them. Yeah.
The feeling of rust against my salad fingers is almost orgasmic.
Right. So, other Wii U games? No, sorry, not Wii U. I'll say that again. Other Nintendo Switch games?
I've got the list here. In April, we'll be getting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's Mario Kart 8 with more graphics and squid people. That'll be nice on the go. We've got ARMS, the stretchy boxing game, which I'm sure is going to make a lot of Rule 34 amputee enthusiasts happy.
Oh no! Sorry, we were just having a laugh about this like 20 minutes ago when we were watching over these trailers. ARMS. I mean, just by the name, I was jokingly thinking, what is this like? It's like one of those awful Pixar movies where you just take any concept and you make it sentient to make a movie about it. Like Toy Story, but it's about arms, and you go to sleep. It's the secret society what arms are doing. And then it turned out I was closer to the truth than I hoped. It's
bizarre.
What is this?
Bizarre
really
concept
weird.
aside.
It just looks a bit weird in an advert, seeing this tiny little girl about to be banged
This
out.
tiny girl
by
who
this
for a
old
second looks like a giant.
Yeah.
Arms.
And this really small, like, 30-year-old man.
With the descending hairline. It was about an inch above his eyebrows. Bizarre name aside, it looks like a pretty fun game, and, you know, anything that gets me moving and not gaining weight is a good thing, I suppose. A game I
I hope you
didn't
don't have
show
to move.
you.
I hope you can just sit down and pork out.
No, I'll use the non-motion controls. I'll just hit buttons again.
Also known as a controller.
It does come with a controller. It's just the slightly better controller costs an arm and a leg. Get it? Arms! Arms!
Limb humor.
A game I didn't actually... Limb humour. A game I didn't... A game...
It's not a thing at all!
It is now. A game I didn't talk much about that I show a little bit of interest in is, I assume I'm pronouncing this correct, Rime. R-I-M-E. It's sort of a very, very cel-shaded puzzle game, which looks pretty cool. Ream. I don't know. It looked pretty interesting from trailers. Ream. Then we got Splatoon 2 in the summer, Splatoon harder, Skyrim on the go. That'll be nice. You can play it with.
What is this game I've never heard of?
I don't know. I
This
think it's a
sounds
new
like
game.
a fun new release.
It's a new game. It Find porn. Then in the holiday of this year, not next year. I mean, next year we have Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Harder, which you all found incredibly bizarre.
Mario, not GTA, like it looks like at the start.
It's the fact he's surrounded by normal people.
Yeah, I mean, what does that say? Is he transferring into like a regular universe outside the Mushroom Kingdom, or is Mario actually just? And we've never really realised because we never had anything to sort of compare him to in reference. Is Mario just a freak?
What I hope, all I know that I want is the option of playing as Wario or Waluigi. Because I've always wanted to see Waluigi
Hijacking cars.
Yeah, pull someone out of a car, batter him, and
Smash their head in the door, and then drive off.
Tweaking his moustache as he drives off.
Oh dear.
It's
That
our
denim
car
jacket
now.
that Mario had in Smash Brothers, that's just asking to be a carjacker.
But Mario Odyssey, it looks odd. His hat's got eyes. It's sentient. It's a living thing. It
just seems like it's like Nintendo. Quick, get a gimmick and put Mario with it. Done.
It's like, what haven't we made fucking sentient?
The walls have eyes, the hats have eyes.
Oh yeah, and the great reveal that Mario isn't actually the plumber, it's the hat. The hat has been controlling him all along, like some kind of head crab parasite.
But it's adorable.
It's not a Dooma.
And then at some point, and the games that haven't really got a release, we got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which I've already got, but you know, that's nice.
Just nice to have more games for your console, I suppose.
Minecraft is getting released for the 876th and a half time.
Do you know, okay, when they showed Minecraft in the trailer, I'm sorry to cut you off, but when I saw that, I was just like, I am so sick of this. The only people it used to be like the community of like sort of gamery people who play it. The only people who play it now are people who are like still an amoeba in the womb.
It's like, coming soon, Minecraft on PS2.
Still an amoeba.
It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just, you don't hear about...
But we'll get a Minecraft movie soon enough.
Fuck off!
Now that Minecraft's still at the height of its popularity.
The Minecraft cinematic universe.
Oh yeah.
Where they build up plot lines such as, can I mine stone later on, or something like that.
Will he get a diamond sword? Who knows?
Minecraft, the movie. It's all real actors wearing cardboard boxes. We just stole costumes from a Comic-Con. I don't know why I'm Alec Guinness. I'm back from the dead, motherfuckers.
To be fair, the way he said that, I would love to hear Alec Guinness do at least one rap song. I feel really sad we never got to listen
They
to
see me rolling, they hating.
Don't worry, Disney will digitally recreate Alec Guinness for the next Star Wars movie, just for your wish.
I just think maybe we could see him do like Rap God or something like that. just pull it out.
Well, that's all the games that I can think of anyway that I know are probably gonna come out next year.
Well, since we were talking about games that we were looking forward to last year, or the year before, and the year before Immortal, Horizon Zero Dawn and Mass Effect, those two that I've mentioned every fucking year we've done this.
Ah, yes.
But they actually have release dates now. Is that a good sign? Maybe that's a good sign. I don't know. Horizon Zero Dawn, I said this last year. I said it looked interesting then. I've seen a little bit more since then. There's been a trailer or two. It still looks good. I'm really looking forward to it.
Is this the one that's been delayed loads?
It was delayed. I don't know. I think it was early 2015, then I got pushed forward to like mid, and then they were like, nah, fuck it, it's not coming out till... Sorry, 2016, not 15. Nah, it's not coming out till 2017
We all love a game that's in development hell.
I wouldn't say it's in
Half-Life
hell,
3.
it's just been a bit...
Half-Life 3, someone was like, no it isn't. We don't know what development hell is then.
Duke Nukem Forever. Oh.
Yeah. The next game will be Half-Life Forever, won't it? And it'll start with Gordon Freeman talking about how he likes getting those weird little girls in skirts near him.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. But I don't have a voice. What?
Honestly, if they did that, I'd cry. Duke Nukem Forever was fucking...
Anyway, let's not talk about shit games, talk about good games. So,
2017.
So, Mass Effect. Play it. Yes, I am incredibly hyped for this, more so than I was before. I've still kind of been avoiding too many trailers for it. Actually, I realise I'm wearing a fucking Mass Effect hoodie as I speak. I'm not like a fanboy or anything, but I'm really looking forward to this next game. Didn't know this at the time of last year. I mean, the only plot point I've picked up on is the fact that it is an entirely different storyline. It isn't following on from the third game, which means that technically you don't actually have to have played any of the other ones to get this one. It takes place 600 years in the future from people taking some kind of big ship of people to colonize another galaxy. So it was a big long journey, and they left at the time of the second game. So nothing that happened in the third one they even fucking know about. Which means that ending doesn't matter.
Oh, so, they'll know about it when they turn on their phones and get all the Facebook updates. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, most of everyone died. That's cool. We're not going back there, then. Fuck Earth. We'll stay and live on Volcano Planet 17B.
And then it turns into Civ Beyond
slowly die. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much else about this new game because I've been deliberately avoiding it because I don't like spoilers. And then I see enough of trailers of things to know whether or not I want to, and then I just do.
You buy the game, you load it up, and it's like, welcome to the colony ship, and then it turns into Civilization Beyond Earth.
What is your problem with that? Because I thought, Stephen, you told me you quite liked that, didn't you?
Did I?
I thought you did.
No, there were some things about it that I quite liked. I know we're talking about a game that's a couple years old now for some reason, but I like the affinity aspects of it and like how your actual unit models change depending on your ideology. That was quite cool.
Was that about as far as it went?
That was about as far as it went. Yeah.
I liked Beyond Earth. I've just never had like the urge to play it as much as I have like the other Civ games. Like I get urges to go.
Yeah, there's not really much you could do. It doesn't feel like you're really. I don't know, it's just the fact it doesn't take place on Earth, it doesn't take place with any real civilizations which actually existed, so it's kind of just... Generic sci-fi strategy.
I'm okay with that, but like what I don't like is the late game just is non-existent. It's like, all right, I've got 12 cities now. I've conquered 3 people, and I'm bored as fuck. There's naught to do. Because like the early game is like, oh, you're exploring, you're fighting aliens, you're doing this, you're clearing out the toxic miasma. You know, it's all good, and then it's like, what do I do after that's done?
Don't know. Just clear miasma forever. Yeah.
Clear miasma, build miasma, clear miasma. What the fuck's miasma?
Anyway, I don't think we're convincing anyone one way or the other to play a game that was released in 2015 or whenever. So, yeah. The last game that I know of for 2017 that I'm kind of keeping an eye on is Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, that's what I was
Insane trilogy.
Oh, damn.
Was that Sam's only one? You can talk about it then.
Yeah, no, I was just really looking for... Because it was weird that I was saying, like, before it was even announced, that I was saying things that, oh, I'd love like a new Crash game that wasn't shit or one of the new ones.
Yeah, it was because they'd released a new, or I don't know if it was a remastering of the original, or remake of the original Ratchet and Clank. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was last year, and we were talking at the time like, God damn it, I never really played Ratchet and Clank. That's really cool that they've done that for a game that's more than a year old. Cough Last of Us remastered, cough Skyrim remastered, cough every other game they remaster after a couple of years. But remastering some of the classic PS1 era stuff, and we were like, yeah, Crash Bandicoot, we'd love that. We played that.
Next thing you know, they're announcing it.
Yeah,
I'd say I'm definitely buying that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just
Yeah.
I love the Crash game.
I never got to play Crash Bandicoot, and when I looked online, they were all like 20 quid each, and I was like, it's a PS1 game, no. So, like, yeah, I'll get the remaster. That sounds fantastic, because I always loved
and
the
the
look of them.
remasters. What footage they have shown looks really good. So I think, like, I think I just know that I'm going to enjoy it. Really,
yeah.
just watch some of the trailers. It's good.
It's good. I like it. But while we're speaking about Crash, it's just reminded me there's another game I was looking forward to this year.
The Amulet of Kings.
The Amulet of Arkansas.
Of Arkansas.
The
Yes.
game I'm really looking forward to is I don't know who's developing it. All I know is it's ex-Rareware guys. That'll be Yooka-Laylee. That's a game I'm very looking forward to because it's essentially just Banjo-Kazooie, but made now. So that looks super fun. It's got all the same charm from the old Banjo-Kazooie games I used to play back when I was a young'un. So I'm super excited for that. It looks fantastic. They've even got like an N64 mode where the graphics look like they were from a fucking 20 years ago. So I'm really excited for that.
Yooka-Laylee.
Yes.
Yeah, I just searched it there. All right.
It's like a fun 3D platformer with a lizard and a bat with a big tomato on its face.
Natural combination.
Oh yeah, as if a bear and a fucking ostrich, whatever Kazooie was. Yeah, as if that's
Natural
more
allies. In 2017, I'm sure we can look forward to hating the next Call of Duty game, whatever the fuck that might be.
Space Marine Combat
Call of
Extreme.
Duty 1
The cinematic
with
universe.
time travel.
Call of Duty 1, you time travel back to World War 1 in your Space
But you still
Marine
have your
machine.
exoskeleton
No.
jetpack Mechanoraptor transformer.
That
But,
was a load
but it
of
comes
shite,
with
wasn't it?
World at War HD. Don't you want World at War HD as well? I'm holding them to that. If they do that next year, I want money for that idea.
If not World at War, then Modern Warfare 2 remastered. One of those.
Oh,
two.
well,
one
they
of
just-
one of
they-
their
ah!
handful in the range of good ones. Just gonna exploit them.
And then it'll just do Black Ops, and it's like, that was the last good one.
Black Ops 3 Remastered is going to be next year, isn't it?
They made Infinite. What was the one they made this year? Call of Duty
I've
Space
already
Marine
forgotten.
Combat Extreme
Infinite?
2080
No.
X.
Combat Extreme.
Infinite Warfare?
Yeah,
No.
Infinite
Was that
Warfare.
right? I don't even know. I'm genuinely looking at Sam like with a
I'm
scroll on my
clueless.
face. I can't even.
I just hate. I honestly want it to die, and I need the franchise to die.
It'll be
I need it to die.
it'll be Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Remastered next year.
Yeah. Like I'm not even taking the piss. I genuinely struggle remembering the names. I genuinely struggle remembering the names of.
All
the
I
Call
know
of Duty
is
games.
it's that new Call of Duty where it comes with the remastered old Call of Duty. That's all I know.
Which you can't buy separately because...
Yeah, like what was the one before Infinite Warfare? If that is even their name right.
Advanced
Was it
Warfare.
Ghosts or Black Ops 3?
It was a...
And then before
no,
that,
it was...
Black Ops 2.
No, but it was Black
Before
Ops
that,
3.
Advanced
Before that,
Warfare. I totally struggled remembering any of the names of the games.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, now it's Infinite Warfare. Before then was
Advanced Warfare.
No, it was Black Ops 3, then Advanced Warfare, then Black Ops 2, then Space Marine Combat Extreme 2180X in space sequel. Genuinely can't fucking
Sorry, I'm
remember.
fucking searching it. Yes, it was Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops. Then it goes into like the ones that people actually remember. So that's a long stretch of just generic, kind of samey stuff that all seems to blend into each other for me. Pretty much, I can remember Black Ops distinctly, I can remember World at War distinctly, and I can remember the Modern Warfare games distinctly. But all of the ones since then just blend in. Like, there was South America becoming a country and invading America for no reason.
I can't even tell if
There
that
was
I can't even remember if that was like Call of
Kevin
Duty or...
Spacey being
Yeah.
Kevin
dictator.
Spacey.
Press F to pay respects.
Then there was Jon Snow being an evil... I don't know.
That's in this one, isn't it? It was Jon Snow playing Jon Snow in space. And it's like, you could have just... He's an actor, he could do any accent. No, we want him to talk like Jon Snow.
Do one from the Game of Thrones.
Also, we're going to put a scar on your face.
I can do other voices. Do it from the Game of Thrones. Make you a star. I'm already a star.
I mean, I just feel like I'm going to go on a bit of a rant now.
Please do.
Oh, well, it's just... there's been commercial, and there's been sort of as obnoxiously commercial as, like, the new Call of Duty is. It's like, they've got all these new actors. They've even unnecessarily got, Conor McGregor from UFC. It just the whole thing feels the whole thing just screams, look, we've got money, we can use it, but we'll still have a shit game. I just don't like it. It's as far removed from gaming, really, in the set, like, if you know what I mean by that, just than it could be.
It's a franchise. It's doing a very similar thing.
Franchise.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing that Hollywood's doing in terms of movies. You could just pump the shit out year in, year out. Assassin's Creed went that way. Call of Duty's been going that way for years, obviously. Battlefield's not entirely as bad, but you could easily slip down that road.
You don't see Kevin Spacey.
You don't. That's true.
They just get
Conor McGregor,
random
who
actors.
doesn't need to be in a video game, apart from any of the UFC games or anything like that.
I mean, just talking about franchises and Call of Duty, I've been having the same rant for the last several days now with all of you guys and several other people about movies. And I was looking into, like, obviously with the new Assassin's Creed movie that came out not doing so well, and why the hell do you use a franchise like that to try and launch video game movies? I don't know. But yeah, the idea of a Call of Duty cinematic universe before they've even made one movie out of it. It's just a fucking cash cow, isn't it?
And my big
It's
question...
just a load of shite,
Damn
isn't
it.
it?
And my big
I mean,
question...
of all things, of all the compelling stories you've got in video games to use, Call of Duty, what's that about? It's about being a floating gun. Alright, what's the story? You go online and you shoot people while they say they fucked your mum. Alright then, let's make some movies out of it.
Exactly!
Do you think
Or
that's
sometimes
actually,
they're zombies.
do you think that is actually what they're not even gonna bother writing generic war film. They're just gonna be like, film some bloke, like, I don't know, some shitty YouTuber, like, I don't know, KSI, film him playing Call of Duty, getting screamed at by little kids online, and
Actually, you know
chill it
what?
as a
I'll
film.
give them that. If they make a generic war movie, but out of nowhere, the enemy just starts screaming at them, saying, I fucked your mum! Noob! Get the fuck out!
self-aware,
Tits
then
are
I will love
GTFO!
I would absolutely love a self-aware Call of Duty movie.
If it was aware of how shit it was, I wouldn't mind it as much. But they're not that smart. I don't think they are.
No. they'll do what Need for Speed movie did, and it'll just be a movie about cars.
They'll just get
but
Aaron
we'll
Paul
tag the name
to
on it.
play some generic soldier for a few films and he dies.
Yeah, we'll bring in whoever's popular at the time to play generic soldier.
I hear Peter Cushing's very popular in films this time of year.
Oh yeah, we'll make him
So
the villain.
CGI Peter Cushing is the main character.
As the main villain. No, fuck it, he's CGI, he could be the hero. He could be running around, he could do athletic stuff. CGI.
It just does like 80 backflips in a row.
Double jump. It's not even in COD, but they put it in there.
Well,
There's
being
another-
constant enough.
There's another thing that got a movie. Doom. Doom got a bloody movie with The
Yeah,
Rock.
and once again, well, make sure everyone realizes that this movie based on a game is based on a game. Have the unnecessary first-person sequence for 5 minutes.
Have The Rock walk into floating green armor and then suddenly be wearing it. No, that would have been funny.
Well, I think now with the recent Doom game that's came out, this would be the right time to make a Doom film. I think, but
It's
not
just
make
not.
it. You just don't think it would be a good film.
It's a good game, but I just don't think it would make a good movie.
Just they bring back the Rock again.
Hell, you know what,
reprise
I
his
just-
famous role.
I've actually wanted to do this very conversation before as a separate video, but we're having it now apparently. I think there are so many really compelling stories in games that they should use one of them rather than go to the well-known games necessarily, or the popular games, because they shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to rely simply on name recognition. It should go by, oh, this looks like a good movie. If you go just by name recognition, you get Assassin's Creed. Yes, Assassin's Creed, the last game, sold however many hundreds of thousands of copies, millions of copies, but that's not enough to float the entire movie just based on assuming every fan of the game will go and see it. You can't just rely on the popular games.
Yeah, I like the games.
A
I haven't
movie,
seen yet.
a Doom movie that's more ridiculous, like the game. Just be about a madman hunting down demons. Sure, why the fuck not? But I just don't think they'd do that. They try and they got to shove in the obligatory love triangle and the
love triangle
and comedy relief characters and all the same fucking movie tropes they have to for every movie because
Did
they
they
have
put
to.
in a-
And set up sequels.
Oh, you got to shove in a song. Got to sell that soundtrack.
Yeah.
What's this? They'll just put Kevin Hart in it as Kevin Relief.
I'm here as the Kevin Relief.
No,
I'm
they'll
your
just
Kevin
put him
Relief.
in there as some like shit comedy role or something like that, and cause he's just basically that bloke who, if you've run out of other funny blokes, you just put him in the film. He's just shit, isn't he? He's just really shit. A film with him and Adam Sandler would probably be worse than Dragon Ball Evolution. Sorry, separate rant, but
Oh, now those are some strong words. I'll have to get my lawyers on the phone.
Now, who we really need is Ben Mendelsohn, who played Director Krennic as the villain. Just speaking so, send in the garrison! Sorry, we just saw Rogue One again last night. We keep laughing at that. We just need him in more movies to say
and our
that.
favourite quote from Darth Vader.
Be careful not to choke on your cock.
Fuck's sake!
Sassy Vader.
Be
I wanted
careful
him-
not to choke on your garrison!
I wanted Sassy Vader to do the 3 clicks. The be careful not to choke on your
Actually, I
aspiration.
did that. After he said that line, I turned to Sam last night and went... Oh, no, he didn't.
I mean, speaking of movies, actually, while we're here, this year, 2017, I'm really making an effort to see more films. So that perhaps I might be able to make a top films video as well.
I do like movies, and I do go to the cinema as much as I can to see as many movies as I can, but even when I'm doing that, I don't think I even come close to being enough for a top 10 movie myself.
Well, I'm probably going to be a top 5 or something.
Like, even years where I think, wow, I've seen quite a lot of movies this year, I only actually count up like 8 or something I've actually seen in cinema.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be in cinema. I mean, I could just get the Blu-ray when it comes out like a month later.
Yeah. True enough. Well, if you want to do that, fair enough. I'm just saying I couldn't probably.
Coming soon.
I have set up this movie segment on my channel, for those who aren't aware, and I do plan on using that not overly much, but every now and again I'm going to have just stuff going up there, because I just like talking about stuff that I like, to be honest, not necessarily just games, not necessarily just Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Oh, you said like. Could you please...
Just a place to talk about that.
On Red Scott Movies, can you please do the Emoji Movie?
Oh,
Please
no.
don't. Starring Kevin Hart and Kevin Hart.
coming next summer. Have you ever wondered what happens to your limbs when you're not paying attention? Arms, the movie.
Deary me.
Oh no.
We have to stop the legs. They're coming for us.
And of course, the whole film ends up taking place in New York, because that's the only place that can get fucking invaded.
We got to get in touch with the animation studio who did Food Fight. They'll be great. They're who we need.
Kill it.
Arms coming this summer. I'm not sure how I understand this. Are they like still attached to their people, or do they become?
How does cars work? Who's making the cars? Why are they cars if they're sentient? Are they cars for other cars to go inside the cars to drive cars when they don't want to drive themselves?
Why?
Because
Why do
money.
they have doors? Is that for surgery?
Why do they have doors? What do they run on? Alright, I think we've kind of run out of steam and things to talk about for today, so that's basically been our traditional, annual, end of year, start of new year, rambling nonsense talk. So for the one person in the comments who keeps asking if we're ever going to do bollock talk again, something which nobody else even knows what he's talking about, this is your 1 day a year, here you go.
We can feel happy
Here you
again.
go. This is for you, guy.
And there'll still be someone telling us
Let's
to turn
do
the
some Eric
brightness up.
Pickles quotes while we're here. What's your bloody biscuits?
There'll still be someone telling us to turn the brightness up.
Turn up the bloody brightness.
Always turn up the bloody fucking brightness.
We are really going to make someone angry. If we keep going on about this brightness shite, they're just going to lose their rag, aren't they? I'm fed up of you making fun of
You know what I have to say about that? Chase! Okay, we're done. But thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you wherever the next hell video is. Bye just now, though.
Tune in to Cooking with Elder Kai later on tonight. You bastards.